Hello everybody. How are you doing? How's everybody doing this evening? Did you guys see me sneak onto the stream here a minute ago? I was on the wrong screen as I turned the live stream on live. That was pretty funny. I went live and saw myself there. I was like, oh, okay, I'm still getting things ready, but here we are. Can everybody hear me okay? Let me know, hopefully so. That rhymed. That was unexpected. I hope you're all having a wonderful week, that your Monday's off to a great start. I'm really excited to be here again. Howdy Carla, howdy Yogi. Great to see my friends again. Leanne, how are you doing? It's so awesome to see you. All right, that is good news. That is good news. Thank you for letting me know I sound great. I'm not miming today or anything like that. I'm full volume. That's good. Great. Well, I hope you're all doing fantastically well. I have a lot of exciting stuff planned for today. As far as announcements, I'm very excited that Blackletter Bootcamp, I'm much closer to launching that soon. I'm thinking right now it's going to happen in March timeframe, and I have a little sneaky sign-up site launched now. It's just blackletterbootcamp.com for anybody that's interested to hear more about when that launches. But I just snuck that up recently, and it should be mentioned in my newsletter here very soon if you're interested in seeing or joining into that fun. Those will be live classes with me in March over a few weekends. That is the plan. So if you're interested in that, head there. There's also, apparently YouTube has told me that there may be some new functionality in the chat. If anybody wants to leave a tip in the form of a super chat, that apparently is now possible, which is very, very exciting. I completely don't know how they work, to be totally honest with you, but anything you contribute goes a long way to helping me continue to do these live streams and keep creating work and creating projects. I want to do a lot more YouTube videos and instructional stuff this year, so it goes a long way to helping make that happen. So anyone who decides to give it a try, thank you so much. And howdy Christine, howdy Susan, wow, so many fantastic friends. And Megan's back, great to see you too, Megan and Larry. And Calligraphy, that is a very cool name. Greetings to you as well. Pardon me. Wow, so excited to have you all here. All right, so everybody ready to do some calligraphy fun? I actually have one other cool sneak peek for you today that I wanted to share, because I'm excited. I've been working on these. So I may sneak over to the overhead view and show you something that I've been working on too, that I'm excited. I'm trying to get these launched here within the next week or two, but I thought you might have fun seeing a sneak peek at these. How do you look at all these dances with aardvarks? That's a great name. Howdy dances with aardvarks. That's fantastic. I'm curious if you really dance with aardvarks, or if it's a goal, perhaps. Who knows? I guess dances would imply that it's happening right now, potentially, or has happened in the past. That's fantastic. So all right, ready for a sneak peek. I'm gonna slide my iPad. There's probably a hint there into view underneath, and show you some of this fun. Okay, let me just clear things and get things ready here. All right, so let's go to the art view, and then I've as usual got some fun planned for us, some calligraphy fun planned for us. So can everybody see the iPad screen here? Hopefully it's clear enough. We'll zoom in a little bit. All right, so I've been working. Dances with Aardvark says, of course, they made a film about us, but the aardvarks weren't glamorous enough. Says who, right? Says who? Is that is that Hollywood talking? What does Hollywood know, right? Aardvarks can be glamorous. So I wanted to show these. I've been inspired by like this is the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter. For anyone that has heard of that, I'm a Harry Potter fan in addition to being a Marvel and Star Wars and all that good stuff fan. So I thought I've been working on a new set of brushes for Procreate that I thought I would try to give them kind of a magical sort of a vibe where they would do some very unique and unexpected things. Like here's one of them, and I hardly know at this point what's going to happen, but like the harder you press, you get some splotches and stuff. So I'll zoom right in. So I'm excited to play with these too. I've been testing out Brush Studio for a while recently, and trying to edit settings and stuff like that. And I've been coming up with all sorts of fun plays on Blackletter brushes. There's another one with kind of a rougher, grainier texture. So yeah, I'm very excited about playing around with some of these and releasing these as a new set. Some of them look like brushes and stuff. So, and these ones I'm excited about too, because I really wanted there to be like some kind of a magic vibe. So some of the flourish brushes I tried to give more of a magic spell kind of a look. Can you see that? It's fun. I actually can't wait to like play around and start creating cool magic spell type words and things like that. This one's got like more granular lines through it. So yeah, this is something that I've been working on. Just thought I would share it. Just let me know what you think. If you guys are interested or curious to hear more about these. But yeah, I've been playing around a lot with Procreate lately. I've been doing some workshops and I've been having some fun creating some new brushes. So I'm excited to get those out pretty soon. Just thought I'd give everybody a little sneak peek at the fun. It's fun to like work with these. Sometimes you can just sit on the couch and play around and still get to do your lettering. So we'll slide that away and then we will jump into what we're going to be doing today. So I'm back to the circles. I thought about maybe doing a Procreate stream today, but maybe next week. We'll see what happens. But this week I thought we'd go back to circle, but we're gonna try something different with the circle designs this week. What I've done, I don't know if you can really tell. You probably can't, but I've actually made the circle longer. So I'm gonna try using longer letters. I've done that maybe once or twice with those 3D illusion pieces that I did. So I thought I might try with that. And then today we're gonna try two different colors or two different pairings of colors. This is where the decisions come this week. The quote that I've selected this week is hopefully going to show up on the screen here in a second. Let me make sure I'm in the right area. Yep, here it is. Let me see if you can see it on the screen. So it's one of my favorites. I think it's kind of an optimistic take on things. Better to light a candle than curse the darkness. And let's see what's happening in the chat. Larry saying, very cool. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. And Christine saying, love these. I'm such a Harry Potter fan. They look great. Thank you so much. I don't know if you could tell or if you paid close attention, but I've started to try to give them magic spell names, all of the brushes. So I spent a few hours looking up words in Latin. So I did a bunch of research and it looks like a lot of the spell names in Harry Potter came out of Latin word pairing. So I tried to come up with some of my own. So those should be fun too. I'm gonna try to make it a fun pack. So definitely let me know what you think. That's me, right? Always got to be silly. And yes, hi from Stacy in Jupiter, literally in Jupiter, huh? That's you were dialing in or dialed in from a long way away if you're on Jupiter. How's the weather? Hopefully it's not too crazy, although it would seem like it would be. Isn't the eye of Jupiter like a giant hurricane or something like that? It's the test of my stellar knowledge. All right, so here was the thought. So you see the quote at the top of the screen: better to light a candle than curse the darkness. Can't read the quote. Oh, let me try to move it. Is it hidden somewhere? That's crazy. Okay. Well, I'm not sure why it's hidden. Let's try to make it a little bit bigger. But at the end of the day, it's better to light a candle than curse the darkness. So our choices for today are, I thought we could do black for the better to light a candle and then curse the darkness in red, or I could do blue maybe for better to light the candle and then red. I still kind of like the idea of red for curse the darkness because that feels kind of mean. So first choice, black or blue. And I was thinking if I do blue, I might dip the ink in white, which even though I have a bunch of these tiny little ink jars next to me filled with ink, maybe I'll add some white to one and we'll do it in blue. So first First choice today. Let me know what you think. Black or blue? This is the blue pen, and this is the black pen. All right. And then I'm gonna make sure my red pen is also ready. Okay, Larry's saying the Hogwarts set. Yeah, that's probably what it would end up being, right? Okay, I'm seeing one vote for blue from Carla. So we may start with that. Let me get my... If we do blue, I feel like I'm going to try blending with white. So I'm going to start shaking up. You can see me in the corner shaking up the ink for using it. Okay, well, I'm going to start putting some ink in here. And then, hey, if we don't use it, or if anyone else votes for black, then we'll go with that. Okay, that's probably enough. Okay, all right. Looks like so far we're going with blue. Oh, there's another blue. I feel like we're going blue. All right, that fits. Even though the word candle kind of gives you the vibe of some heat, right? Then, but I like the positivity of it being blue. All right, so I'm just gonna pick a spot to start. Let's start over here, and this is gonna be interesting. Like the letters are gonna be a lot longer for this size pen. I usually condense it a little bit more, so this is gonna be really long letters. We're gonna see how this turns out. I'm all about trying new things. 2022 will be about like experimental streams. Leanne is agreeing with blue. It looks like it's unanimously blue. And if you can tell, I went with tan paper this week too. So let's try B. I'm just gonna go, okay. And I definitely have to use a lot of arm movement now because these letters are gonna be really long. Okay, let's just go with kind of a lowerish case. Wow, that's a very bright blue. Oh, see, I've already messed this up. Okay, well, it's gonna be a very unique look. I'm so used to doing the letters a little bit shorter than that I forgot that's my X height. See, sometimes you just gotta roll with just kind of roll with what's happening. So we'll see what I end up doing with that B. Maybe I'll turn it into something fancier at the end. So yeah, wow, this is gonna be super long. What do you guys think of this little experiment? So since that's long, I'm gonna go with this kind of an E. Wow, the T's are gonna be huge. Actually, maybe I'll just keep them compact. Carla's saying white to dip will be cool. Yogi's asking, was that Rapidograph ink? Yes, it was. Good catch. That is Rapidograph white ink. It's one of my favorites. Actually, that's one of the videos that I want to do on the channel soon. I want to do a white ink comparison. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that, because I did kind of a test a long time ago, and I ended up kind of picking Rapidograph because it was the most opaque. Let's see if I should have checked my pen to make sure I have ink in it. Yep, and there's ink in there. What do you guys think of this color too? So better. Let me maybe let a little bit more of the blue through. Let's see what happens. Okay. So what do you think of these giant letters too? Oh, look at that. It's breaking up a bit. We may be going to the water to see if we can't get things to loosen up a little bit. Here's the little water jar. Let's try to maybe let it loosen up a little. Okay. So how are you all doing, by the way? Having a good week? Good 22 so far? Any exciting stories anyone's got? Okay, this ink is really not wanting to flow today. We may have to get out the cleaner. Either that or I'll just fill up another pen. Like, I can usually work with some challenges, but it helps to have some ink flow. Right, otherwise I'll just end up scraping the page. All right, let's try it. This is like surgery. Pilot parallel pen surgery. Wow. I can't seem to thread it this time. There we go. It was close. There we go. Finally got it in there. Let's give it a good set of good little wipe there. Larry's saying whitening tests would be interesting. Thank you for the feedback. Let's see if we can't get some. Oh yeah, that's a lot more ink flow. Okay, so we're gonna have a dark E here. So better. And let's finish it out there. This is gonna be a very interesting looking one today. Well, thank you for stopping by, Ted. I really appreciate it. Always wonderful to hear from you. We'll miss your jokes and humor today. If you have to duck out here very soon. So better. There we go. And Dances with Aardvark saying, this is all new to me. Hadn't practiced calligraphy for 30 years until recently. What is the pen? Oh my goodness. Well, you've come to the right place. If you haven't practiced calligraphy for a while, because lots of calligraphy to be found here. Lots of fun. So the pen that I'm using is a Pilot Parallel pen. Hard to say, 3 P's in a row, but it's a great pen. I highly recommend it. I love using these. They're super flexible. They can do all sorts of cool things. But it's Pilot Parallel, and the one in particular that I'm using, it's obviously it's the green pen, but the size is 3.8 millimeters. So these pens come in a range of sizes from going from 1.5 millimeters all the way up to 6 millimeters. And wow, that was cool. Could you kind of see that? It's like a little lightning streak in the middle of that. So like I was saying, they come in ranges from 1.5 to 6 millimeters. So the 6 millimeter one is quite huge, especially if you're starting. So if you're just getting back into it, I'd recommend going with the 2.4 millimeter, or maybe the 3 millimeter, or possibly this one, the 3.8. 2.4 or 3 are good sizes because they're not too big, not too small. It's better too light. Excellent question, though. Okay, and Susan greetings, saying great day. I'm a newbie. Actually practiced for the 2nd day in a row. Good job, Susan. That's awesome. Honestly, I think that's the key. You don't have to practice for like 14 hours straight in one day. It's just about the consistency. So hey, if you're on a 2-day in a row practice streak, good job. I encourage you to keep going. That's really the key. Just keep up the practice. Better to be consistent than to do it for like 6 hours one day and then not do it for a month. Awesome. Carla saying interesting contrast. Yogi saying I like this blue combo. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool, right? I often feel like people don't think about like using white as a secondary color, but it can actually be pretty awesome. Some of the favorite things that I've made, I made, or like the favorite color combos that resulted came out of dipping in white ink. So better to light. Okay. And get the T. Yeah, blue and white is honestly, it's one of my favorite combos. That's why I thought if we went with this, I mean, heck, let me know. I was gonna do red and yellow for the other side, the Curse the Darkness part, but we could also do red and white. What do you think of that idea? start thinking about that one while we're working here. Dances with aardvarks. Now I can't speak anymore. Saying I like larger pens. The automatic pens are always my favorites. I think they're fantastic. They're really easy to work with. They're not too expensive. Better to light a candle. So I find them to be really great tools. I love using them till this day. So light a. And what do you guys think of these super tall letters? That one got away from me there. I was talking while writing. Better to light a candle. Megan is saying, nice, Carla. I considered signing up again, but school this semester is crazy. Oh, I must have missed something. Look, signed up for... Oh, Becca, show me your dress. Ah, Becca's fantastic. That's awesome. I think I saw that was launching again. That's super exciting. Definitely worth checking out. Yeah, she's fantastic. I owe her tons of thanks. And I've had tons of fun. If anybody signed in, I'm laughing already because it was so much fun. The holiday, the charity event that we did in December. Not just she and I, like a whole group of creative calligrapher friends and other creative friends. Oh, that was so much fun. It's nice just to be silly once in a while, right? Better to light a candle. What do you guys think of this? It's super bright, right? It's almost like it's glowing. And Carla's saying, I vaguely remember school. And yes, it's crazy. Agreed, Carla, and agreed, Megan. I remember school, and indeed, it is quite crazy. I hope... How's it going? I hope it's going well. So what are we? We're January. So this would be the start of the spring semester, right? Hopefully school is going well. I know that can be tons and tons of work. Awesome. Card saying love the Umbra color. Number 2, red and white or black and white? Black and white. Let's see. Interesting. Better to light a candle. Yeah, dipping in white ink. You may not ever think about it, just because most of the time you work on white paper. But this would even works on white paper. And you can tell, unlike sometimes I went with like shorter ascenders at the top here too, just for something different. So I want to show all of the fun things that we can do with calligraphy and Blackletter. I mean, and I spent so much time doing circles. I will eventually, most likely, get into doing writing in straight lines again. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. Hey, Annette is here too. Greetings, Annette. Oh, it's so nice to see you and see you here in the chat. Annette is fantastic. She's from Calgary, from my hometown. She owns an art supply store up there, which I would own all the supplies. Like I don't know how you can own an art supply store, and I would want to keep it all. Right? It's a slight addiction to art supply acquisition. Light candle then. So welcome, thank you for joining us tonight, Annette. Wonderful to hear from you. And I've been working on some fun articles with Annette too. I have one more coming up very soon. Candle thin. So here's where it's a miracle if I don't misspell anything. And I'm hoping I'm staying on screen too. Man, I'm sorry, I'm falling behind on the chat. Let's see. Carla is saying, I tried to practice Blackletter, got frustrated. Oh, I'm sorry, Carla. Just keep it up. I promise. Just keep it up. Just take pride in what you're doing. Like, just know that we all start somewhere. When I first started Blackletter calligraphy, I was not amazing. But just find those little victories. Like something that you're proud of, and I promise you it'll keep getting better. I mean, if it's any, I'm gonna reach down. If it's any like help, I filled up. So this is like one of my little practice books here. It's around 400-ish pages. I filled up at least. So I filled up one entire book before I ever really shared anything. And then I've since filled up at least 3, maybe 4 more, just practicing, having fun and practicing. I even thought about doing like a little book of some of the practice stuff, just because I really just have fun with it. So keep it up. I promise it'll get better, and just be encouraged and have fun and try to stay positive. It's okay. I promise things will keep you'll keep getting better. I promise. To just keep at it. Let's see. Larry saying the holiday party was quite the collection of creative nuts. I don't know whether to be offended there, Larry. Calling me a nut? Is that what's happening? It was a bunch of creative nuts, and it was a lot of fun. It might still be on her channel if anyone wants to go check it out. It was the Happy Ever Crafter. Just go head over there, and you might be able to catch some of the fun. So I'm just cleaning off the tip of my pen here, because I've been dipping in the white. So where did we land? Red and white or red and yellow? Are we going to go for a contrast of warm, or red with white and still kind of have some coolness with the red? Let me know as I get things ready, and I'll catch up on the comments. Let's see, Megan is saying there's so much more tech than when I went to school for the first time in my late 30s now. Oh, I gotcha. I can imagine that would be a vast difference between now and in the past, pardon me. Yeah, I sent my very first email as a freshman in college, so I would imagine now it's vastly different. I would register for classes by phone. I'd stay up, put my head on a pillow, and try to get into my classes by calling a number over and over. So I can relate. The tech must be very different now, but I'm sure you'll be doing amazing. I'm seeing Carla saying, Larry, I love mixed nuts sometimes. Stacy's asking, do you dilute the white repeated graphic? Nope. It was straight out of the little canister. I don't dilute it at all. That's, I think, what gives it some of the vibrance there. Okay, so far I'm seeing red and white. All right, let's see. There's the red. I've got the red pen for sure. Mega saying, Carl's saying, if you owned art supply store, at least you would get first pick, possibly. Yes. And Annette is saying, yes, you should see what my studio looks like. Yeah, I'm sure maybe you have a couple of supplies, right? A few pads of paper and a couple of rulers, some pens and pencils, just a few, maybe like a shoebox is worth, right? Just a small number or small amount. I'm tightening this up. So, all right, it looks like red and white is the winner. All right. Because I'm feeling not like using blue and black. I really wanted to get red into this one for some reason. I feel like sometimes, like, you just get a feeling to do something. Let me know. Do you guys feel the same way sometimes when you're working on something? You just kind of get a feeling like you want to try something new. Oh man, now I'm realizing. Okay, well, I have another jar. I'll fill you in on what I was thinking. But yeah, what I was just saying was, for some reason, I felt like I had to do rather than curse the darkness, I felt like that needed to be red. I don't know why. But sometimes you just got to go with it and have fun. All right, Megan. From Megan, it's going really well. It took me a long time and another degree and career and a different career to figure out what I wanted to do when I grow up. Trust me, Megan, I would honestly say you're not alone. Many of us feel that way as well. Trying to figure out what to do when we're grown-ups. Okay, so curse. Let's see. Oh, that's very, Very red right there. The red ink is super wet to begin with. Okay. Then curse. I'm gonna do a little bit of writing. And then go back in and see if I can't get more of that white to show up. There we go. Now it's starting to, wow. Kind of pink there. Awesome. Nuts in a good way. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. Okay, then curse. So let's see, R. Yeah, I let a lot of that white in there that time. It's interesting. I might try to zoom in here in a second just to show you. I love one of my favorite things ever. You might be able to see. I'm going to point with my pen right there, kind of right in that corner. I love it when the inks just kind of swirl but don't fully blend. Can you guys see that there? Is that easy enough to see? Almost looks like it's glowing maybe. Let me back up just to make sure. Okay, now what kind of an S to do? Let's do... Yeah, I love these little color blend effects. All right, it's good news. People are liking the white and red. This is great. Yeah, see, today I'm not feeling like going as crazy with the flourishes. I had an idea to put something in the center here, so we'll see what happens there. And what I was thinking, oh cool, those didn't really blend too much there. What I was thinking before was, as I'm now dipping the red pen in the blue, if I now go back to add some of like the finishing stuff that I usually do to the blue side, my white ink is contaminated a little bit with red. So I either, like two choices there, I either roll with it and just see what happens when they kind of blend together, or I'll just fill up another container. No, not fill, but add some white to another container. So then curse. And I even had the idea originally to do the Curse the Darkness part in a completely different, like more fractured, more loose lettering style, but now that we're kind of in the process here, I'm feeling like sticking with kind of the same look. Let me catch up on the chat. Let's see. White, great, red. Oh, looks like the red was a hit. And Sarada, welcome Sarada. Wonderful to see you. Hi, this is a great combination of colors. Warm and cool colors look great together. Superb. Why, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I always sincerely hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Hopefully I'm doing okay there. But yeah, it's always fun to try new colors. And you know, there's even a little tip in there. Then curse the darkness. You know, if you're practicing and maybe something it's not what you necessarily want, maybe just try varying something else. Try playing with color, and that might take your mind off of like trying to be so precise with the lettering. And you might just get distracted playing around with colors, and then before you know it, you've practiced a lot more and you've developed a little bit more skill, and you're creating something that you're happier with. But I still encourage you to be happy with everything that you're doing along the way. I promise you, we all start somewhere. I've filled up hundreds and hundreds of pages with stuff. So if anything, if I'm doing something a little bit that you think looks a little bit nicer, it's just because I've practiced a lot more. You can totally do this. And then curse the darkness. That one. Okay. Let's see. Go here. Oh, I see a suggestion in there. Less white as you get to darkness. Maybe red, black, if that works. Interesting idea. Let me... I wonder if I have a... I think that may be brown over there. It's bluish. Yeah, that may not work. I don't have a black handy. And I feel like I would want it to fade in a little bit more. So let's see... Yeah, let's see. I'm going to at least get the A out here because it's drying on the tip. But interesting ideas. I'm loving all of these ideas. And that could be, you know what? That could be interesting. All right, let's try that out. I did the A. And then maybe as we get closer, as was suggested, thank you, Dances with Aardvarks. Let me find a black. So just give me one moment and I will see. I know I have one in here somewhere. Okay, this one's black. All right, I found a black. So yet again, even though I have, like I said, like probably a dozen, more than a dozen of these little containers next to me. There I go, shaking up my black ink. Even though I have more than a dozen of these little containers, I'm gonna be yet again filling up more with new ink. It's always a lot of fun. And it'll be cool to see how this turns out. Let's see, Annette is saying, I recently saw someone on Instagram drop ink into the little hole on top of the parallel pen and believe it mixed with the ink in the pen. Have you ever tried that? I have not tried that. It's crazy. It's amazing how many hacks that you can add. Maybe I'll show at some point something that I have tried, which can be a lot of fun with that little hole. Here I am still shaking up the ink. But yeah, she's talking about this. There's a little notch. If you can tell, there's a little notch at the top there. I've never tried dropping something in there. So many fun experiments to try. Okay, let's just go with that. That's got to be relatively close. Okay, let's see what happens. Dipping into black ink for the first time. Can you guys see me? All right. Let's see. Oh, looks like it's stuck in there. Sometimes this happens. Okay, feels like we got it out. Yep. There's some black ink. I'm laughing because I just saw Dances with Art. No pressure, right? No pressure. You've now asked me to go with a completely new color. And we're going with black now. So no pressure, right? No, don't worry. Don't worry. It's going to be fine. I totally recommend that you have that attitude. You know what? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? It's going to be a little bit black. That's cool. We'll find a way to work with it. So don't worry. I'm glad Sarada saying, yes, I pronounced your name correctly. Thank you. I'm glad. And of course, I absolutely remember all my fun calligraphers. Larry's saying, looks like I measured well tonight. I may have. The calligulations may have been on tonight. So what I want to make sure is I have a good red ink flow. It looks like it. So now let's see what happens. Who is ready for the moment of truth? We're about to dip the red pen into the black. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm doing a quick dip at first. Okay, that's a very black straight out. But what happens as we mix? Oh, interesting. Cool. What do you guys think? It definitely got very dark, but it's probably lighter for me than is showing for you. Curse the dark. So let's do a K. K up here. Okay, and then I'm going to go back for a little bit of black. I went for a little bit this time. Okay, maybe a little bit more black this time. Yeah, that's better. Hopefully I'm still on camera too. And we are employing the pinky technique now, which is where I just kind of balance on my pinky because this may not be completely dry. What do you think? I feel like that K needs a little bit more blackness. Let's give it, just to blend in better, let's give it a little bit more. Right, look at that. That's blending out pretty cool. That's a little darker now. Now I'm realizing I stopped halfway through a letter. Oh, we're close. I may have to pull some shenanigans with the S. Let's see. Yeah, and this was done. I didn't practice this beforehand. This was just done with my little calligraphy calculator. Then curse the darkness. Okay, there's the E. Ooh, it's going to be tight. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I can fit them both in there. What did I do with the other S? Okay, it's fairly big, but let's see. We can probably compress these a little, right? This is our calligraphy world. There's one. Okay. And let's add a second one here. Really tight. Oh, barely squeezing this one in. Okay. You know what? Maybe. Oh, who knows? We'll see. Maybe I even leave it just spiky like that at the end. It's kind of a spiky word, right? Okay. So the darkness ended up being, who knows? I mean, let's see. Maybe I add a little bit of a touch of darker red into here too, just to kind of get it to start to blend a little bit. Maybe down here as well. All right, what do you guys think? Okay, so here, if I'm gonna zoom out so you get kind of a vibe of the whole thing right now. So that's how it looks right now. So the pinky technique failed me a little bit. I should have just let it dry maybe and done things a little bit neater down there. See, I'm not super happy with the S's. If it makes anyone feel better, but we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna experiment, and we'll find ways to kind of make things look good. Okay, so I'm gonna cap the black. How much time do we have? Okay, so this is what we have right now. What do you guys think? Let's go back to my clown car of jars, and I'm gonna get some more white because I want to go back to the blue. That's black. It'd be funny if I started adding black, right? Okay, let's start. I'm going to try to clean up things a little bit here because I'm inevitably going to spill something all over this. But you know what? Even if that happened, we would find a way to work with it. I was just about to shake with the pen right next to me, which inevitably, I'm sure would have sprayed some blue ink all over my face. Okay, let's get a little bit more white. Some fresh white, because I'm feeling like I want to keep that blue. I want to keep it fairly. I want to stick with the blue and white. I kind of like that color. Who else thinks that that color combo ended up being really cool? I see. Wow. Okay. I've missed a lot in the chat. My goodness. Look out. It could be a roadkill. Larry saying, thanks for the faith, Larry. I appreciate that. And Susan saying, really nice. Thank you. Sarada saying, this is awesome. I think this would stand out from the rest. Yeah. Thank you. And hey, it's a collaborative effort. We're making this together. Larry saying that's a winner. Carla, I like it. Appropriate for the dark. Yeah. Very cool. What about going back to the DNA with black? DNA with a... Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I could do that. I'm going to come back in here with the blue, and then we'll circle around, if I could say words, and come back to that. Okay, this is getting interesting. Yeah, let's do this. Wow. It's a lot of white. So see, I get surprised by some of this stuff sometimes. Let's just go all the way around, right? It's adding an interesting look here in the center. Because these are they're so bright. You know, I could have just left it the way it was too. That might have worked. I may have to do that another time. And just leave it the way it was. I always kind of go back and add these in. Dance with Arbok's shenanigans time. Yeah, that was some serious shenanigans time. Let's go across. Yeah, see, even just as another variation, you don't always have to do crazy big flourishes, right? It doesn't always have to include that. You can do other things, keeping it simple, possibly. Okay, well, probably, let's see. Like, I really don't feel like doing crazy flourishes for the T. I don't know, maybe we just keep it simple this week. So better, those are 2 T's. Let's get some more white. Better 2. Let's give this one maybe a little curviness. Light, and we'll keep it a little bit simple for the eye too. Light, a candle, then all right, back to the red. I should have kept the red pen more handy. All right, we're good. So let's go back in, start adding some fun to the S's. So there's some nice white. What do you guys think? How did we do this week? Yeah, let's just keep it simple this week. Doesn't have to be crazy all the time. I love crazy in doing these calligraphy pieces. Can be really fun to just go nuts with these, but you don't have to. Go back around. Go straight. Oof. I said oof because there was a lot of white that came out that time. Okay, now we're getting closer to black territory. Okay, oof, that's a lot of black on that one. Alright, that's basically pure black. And let's see, I'm just going to leave those for now. Maybe I'll just fill up this with a little something like that. So what do you guys think? This is what we have created this week. It's a very interesting combination of colors. Very, very cool. Does it feel weird that we're not creating a lot of crazy flourishes? Let's see. Sarada's smiley faces. Thank you, Sarada. I appreciate it. Car's saying, can you put a candle in the middle? That is possible. The question is just how to orient it. Definitely could put a candle in the middle, and that gives me all sorts of ideas. So the candle should probably go up this way, right? Up by the candle, by the word candle. If I were to do that, wouldn't you sign in your artworks? I think that would be cool. Yeah, I mean, I typically, if I sign something, I usually just put it in the corner, or sometimes even in the back, because sometimes I actually kind of like it when people don't know which side of the canvas is up, just because it kind of makes you look around and hunt for things. So if I do, it usually is in the corner or on the back side. But I just realized I need to do something with that B. So since it's the first capital, just to show that we can absolutely roll. I'm finding the caps for all of these little jars. Can absolutely roll with some. We're not going to even call it a mistake. It's just, I mean, happy accident or unexpected opportunity to try something creative. So I don't know. Let's give this B a little swoosh at the top there. That ended up being super white or super wet with ink. So just ended up making it a little fancier. So there we go. We just added a little fanciness to the top of the B. Okay, 2 people like the idea of putting a candle in there. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Carla. That's very sweet. Thank you. Dance with Aardvark. It's a great concept. Why, thank you. I'm not 100% sure which concept is great, but I appreciate it. And hey, we all kind of did this together. So yeah, at this point I could do some outlines, could even just leave it like this. Could do the candle, like if I grab, I had a pencil around me here at some point. Here it is. Like could try, yeah, like this. I wasn't sure what to put in the middle here, but you know, could do something like drawing a little square there. I feel like this has got to be like a really waxy candle, right? So if I started drawing in the middle here, it would need to be, I don't know, like that and drooping and stuff. And then maybe the wick goes up here. Yeah, it's very loose, obviously a very loose sketch at the moment, but yeah, I could definitely put a candle in here. I don't know if anyone can even see my terrible loose sketch drawing. But yeah, could be the wick up here, maybe some wax coming down on this, and then have the the candle coming here. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Gosh, so the time flies. The time flies when you're having fun. Susan saying you make it look effortless, smooth, easy. Thank you, Susan. That I really appreciate it. I promise I've just practiced a lot. That's it. You guys could all totally do this. So yeah, we'll see what ends up being there in the middle. And I have another fun idea for a project coming up soon too. I'll give you maybe a sneak peek just because it's hard for me to contain the fun. But we were talking about fountain pens recently, so I thought, you know, we could actually use fountain pens to do outlines and stuff. Like I actually have a red in here, and you know, there's nothing to say we couldn't use a fountain pen to do some of these cool outlines and stuff. So when that idea occurred to me, then it occurred to me that we could use fountain pen inks, and oh my goodness, there's a lot of fun that's going to be coming up here in upcoming streams. So I hope you stay tuned, because we'll be having a lot of fun. We'll be playing with all sorts of cool tools. Usually the smart thing is to let this dry before you do anything detailed like this. But sometimes you just can't help yourself. You just want to have some fun. So yeah, I could go all the way around using fountain pens and all these different inks. I just happen to have this one inked up. I've been using it in a class recently. Put the candle flame, Larry's saying, put the candle flame pointing to darkness. That's an option too. I'm looking for my eraser around here. It's probably hard to tell, but I have like a bunch of supplies here next to me. So yeah, it could absolutely point at the darkness. That would actually make it point up this way. That is for sure an option. See, there's so many. So just erase that previous sketch so I could point it up that way possibly. But what I was saying is there's so many ways that you can start to experiment, and I think the more ideas you have, like let's look at all the cool ideas that all of you are coming up with and that we're working on here together. The more ideas that you have, just like next time maybe I'll do black and red and that'll be a change, or blue and white and then red and yellow. Like all of these could be future things to try, and then you're practicing and you're improving and everything. And it's a fun process. That's what I'm always trying to encourage everyone to think about. Just make it fun. Have fun while you're practicing, and I think your work will be even better for it. All right, and you're very welcome, Carla. And Megan is asking, am I using... Megan, my fountain pen friend. This one, I think, is an extra fine. This is a Lamy Safari pen. I think it was an extra fine nib. So yeah, that was a very fine nib. But I tend to like the extra fines, but sometimes the fine ones... I usually don't go into broads. I feel like it's almost too much ink. I don't write that big normally. Awesome. So what do you guys think? There's obviously some... I'm hesitant to like brush away all of these eraser shavings because some of the ink is still wet. I already just sent some into the top of the B, but hey, it's texture now, right? So did you all have fun today? I hope so, because I sure did. Gonna switch back into the chatting mode. Thank you all so much again. We're already at 1 hour in. Thank you so much again, everybody. It was so much fun tonight. I hope you had a good time. If you did, as always, please like the video. It really helps a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also super helpful. And thank you again for all the support. We had a lot of fun today. Check it out. Here's what we made today. You turn off the lights. See, we don't even always have to use metallic colors and stuff like that. I can even slide the... You can see it here in the side next to me. So we don't always have to use metallic colors and fancy shininess, right? Sometimes you can just use white and a basic color, or even just a basic color by itself, and create something lots of fun. What's interesting is this, it really, like as I'm looking at it next to me, it almost looks like it's glowing. It's so bright. So really cool with that white ink. So I hope you had fun. Maybe tried and discovered something new. Maybe followed along. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate it. Carla, Yogi, thank you so much. Annette, it was so awesome to have you here tonight. So much fun. Thank you for showing, for coming and hanging out with us tonight on the stream. And Megan, also, thank you so much. Love it. I think that blue and white combo also looks like it would be really nice for a wintry themed quote. Well. We are kind of still in the winter time, right? So let me know if anybody has a good winter quote. Let me know. Drop it in the comments, and I'll take a look at them before next week. And we may just be doing a winter quote next week. Maybe we can do that on a different kind of a paper or something like that. So great idea. I love it. In the meantime, thank you, Sarada. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Ted, for being here while you were here. Everybody, thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for being here. And everybody who watches just the videos after the stream, thank you all for joining. Thank you for all of your comments and support. And I hope you have a fantastic evening, and we will see you next time. Please stay safe, take care, and have a fantastic week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.